you are literally deporting the people who would be doing those jobs. Study after study after study has shown that for every, 1 million people you deport out of the United States, that actually costs almost 100,000 domestic jobs in addition. So you find these people, you say, these people are the problem, we have to get rid of them. So you deport them, and then people who have jobs, US-born people who have jobs, lose their jobs because their jobs are dependent upon the work that the immigrants were doing before. So there's a huge disconnect when people say, okay, we're going to get rid of the criminals. And then the White House redefines what a criminal is. A person who got pulled over for a traffic stop, and you're saying, oh, that person's a criminal. Now, we've reached a point where, uh, you know, the price of housing is going to go up. The price of food is going to go up. The price of so many products are going to go up because as you deport more of these people that the White House is calling illegals, it's going to have an effect on the entire economy. If you just look at one community, pick any community, once you start deporting immigrants from within one community, okay, did they come here illegally? Maybe. Did they come here and overstay their visa? Maybe. Do they have a job illegally? Maybe. But you know what they do? They go to the movies legally. They buy groceries legally. They pay rent legally. They are part of the macroeconomy legally. And by removing them, you are adversely affecting the stores that are owned by American citizens, the businesses that are owned, the restaurants that are owned by American citizens. And how are they going to respond to that? They're going to turn around and they're going to raise prices. And that ends up affecting everybody.
Right. I can see this. This is clear. I mean, the multiplier effect, the whole, demand shrinkage, the aggregate demand shrinkage that might happen by losing.
No, it will happen. It's not about might. It absolutely will. Because, several months ago, I'm in New Jersey. Several months ago, ICE went into a fish market in Newark, New Jersey. They went into this fish market where, they bring the fish and then the fish stores will go and buy the fish, and they wiped them out. They went in and they took out, say, we want to see everyone's papers. They took everybody out. ICE didn't show up with 150 US workers to replace those people. They basically shut that business down.
My gosh.
So, how are we creating jobs? Right? I have a PhD in economics. They're not, we're going to start deporting PhDs in economics. Oh, yeah, now I can get a job. No, they're deporting construction workers, restaurant workers, landscapers. They're taking these people away from their families and their communities and taking the humanitarian aspect out of it, taking all of those things out of it. There's no replacement. There's no, hey, here we have a domestic labor force that can fill these jobs.
And this takes me to the second question. Which sector do you think will be the most strongly affected by these deportations?
Well, I think the issue is since these people are undocumented, we don't know how many of them there are. And because employing them is illegal, we don't know where they're working. So to a very large extent, the thing that we know is we know housing prices are going to be affected. We know food prices and food security is going to be affected by this. And we know, as I said before, that there's going to be a macroeconomic stability issue here. Sector vulnerabilities, healthcare workers, right? There's a huge issue that the United States has right now. We cannot find enough healthcare workers. We cannot find enough nurses. We cannot find enough people, right? Populations all over the world, as you said, walking around Germany, populations all over the world are getting older.
Yes.
And unlike previous generations, this generation is expected to live a lot longer once they retire. And they're going to require more care. They're going to require more elder care.
Yes.
And in the United States of America, we cannot staff elder care facilities, nursing homes. We cannot staff hospitals, right? We cannot staff clinics with domestic healthcare professionals. So you are literally deporting the people who would be doing those jobs.